Good morning, everybody. It's Captain Crow, and today I want to bring you a short video on what our top spoons and rotators were for 2023. But first, I want to comment about the lovely background. And last week, me and my wife we were in Mexico for 10 days, and we sat on the beach, and this was our view every day for 8 or 9 hours. And it really just helps soothe the soul. And as a fisherman, you can appreciate sitting by the water and listen to the waves because I'm getting itchy to get out fishing. So enjoy the background. And first off, I want to start by saying, if you've seen any of our videos, you've probably seen me filling out a logbook. And as a captain, I've learned that it's important to keep statistics and data. I record the weather, the wind, previous day, if I can remember what was happening in the previous couple days, and the location that we're going to start. If we get a bite, I record, what depth was it? What present, was it on a rigger, a diver, a long line? If it was a long line, how many color? Was it lead? Was it wire? And what else? Sorry. And what was the presentation? Was it a super slim spoon on a slider? Was it a standard? Was it a mag? Was it a rotator and fly? Was it a rotator and meat? So all that data is in the book. And like I say, we've been keeping track since 2018, 2019. And then as I put the data to look back and put the data together, I'm thinking like, man, I could have did a better job on certain areas, like currents maybe. Every year it's been getting better and better. 2023 was probably our best as far as data. And that allowed me to confidently put together our top 3 spoons, top 3 rotators, top 3 presentations for 2023. One thing I'll say is that the data I present is just from our tackle box. I might not have a spoon that you have, therefore it's not going to make my top list. So this is just the data off of our boat. I'm going to cover 3 types of spoons: our super slim, our standard, and our mags. So I'm going to start with super slim. And our number 3, I'm going to start 3, 2, 1. So our number 3 spoon was a Dreamweaver Firefly. And I'll show a picture up here in the corner. So this is a Firefly, super slim. This was our number 3 as far as best catches. Our number 2, again, Dreamweaver, and it was the Hellfire WV. Hellfire WV. I'll put information there. This was number 2. And our number 1 super slim was Dreamweaver Super Slim Crazy Bee. This spoon is our number 1 producer on our sliders, not only in 2023, but the previous years. This little guy drives the cohos and the rainbow crazy. So that's our top 3 super slims. Now, I'm going to move on to our standard, and our number 3 standard for 2023 was the Moonshine Raspberry Carbon. Raspberry Carbon. It has, you can charge that up with UV. So that was our number 3 spoon, and there it is there. Now number 2 was kind of a new one to our tackle box in 2023, I believe. This is the Dreamweaver Fish USA Gladiator. So this is exclusive Fish USA color. We had real fun with this in 2023. This thing charges up nice. It's good spoon in the morning. And our number 1 standard spoon for 2023 was Moonshine Bloody Nose. And I call this Bloody Nose HV for Hypervis because my son has put Hypervis dots on it, black, and Hypervis silver on the back. This was our number 1 spoon for 2023. With the Hypervis edition, I can only say it worked. So, Moonshine Bloody Nose. We're gonna move on to our mag size spoons, and coming in number 3 was Moonshine Burnt Bread Hypervis. So I call that Hypervis because Trevor has put black speckles around the outside and colorful dots. Burnt bread has been a staple in the last 3 or 4 years. We've caught fish every day on burnt bread, and typically in the morning. Moving on to number 2. This is a moonshine road toad hypervis. I call it hypervis because Trevor's put black hypervis dots on it. And you can see, hopefully you can see, the kings have just chewed the snot out of that thing to the point where I've had to buy another one. So it's good, but we got a backup because they're chomping on it pretty hard. Number 1 Meg spoon for 2023 and probably 2022, moonshine, carbon 14. This thing is dynamite in the mornings. Charge it up, throw it out, you're gonna get a fish on the Meg, carbon 14. So let's move on to rotator fly. And basically I've just kept track of rotator colors because pretty much the fly is always a green with a chartreuse glow. I really don't I can't remember all the names of those funky flies. Our number 3 producing spin rotator was the 8-inch Spin Doctor Two-Face. And again, we got Hypervis black, we got Hypervis green. This thing has been producing with green flies on our divers. Our number 2 rotator we got broke off on our last trip at Brawny, but I can tell you it was the Spin Doctor 8-inch 42nd. And I'll put a picture up here of from our catalog. So that's what number 2 was. So our number 1 rotator was the Pro-Tro Hornswaggle. Chromeback Hornswaggle with a fly, top producer for 2023. Okay, we're gonna move on to Rotators meat because they were the number 1 producer of king salmon in 2023. So coming in at number 3 is Triple Threat Alphy Crushed Glow. Triple Threat, a nice local company in Ontario, making good product. So our number 2 rotator meat was our Coyote Ugly Wolf Dancer 2. So Coyote Ugly, we bought at the Niagara Sports Show before COVID. They were a new vendor from Western New York. So we thought we'd try. We bought, I think, 5 at the Niagara show. And these things produce. We put our own meathead and teasers on it, but this flasher, if anybody has any of these Coyote Uglies in your garage that you're not using, get a hold of me because I'll buy it off you. I think the fella's name was Wolf. He passed away, so nobody's making these anymore. There's probably a couple pros that he had on staff that maybe have some, but hey, get in touch with me. I would love to have some. And our number 1 rotator with meat for 2023 was the Triple Threat Ghost with a matching head. This was a top producer for 2023. It took the biggest king in our boat for 2023, which we were just over 25 pounds. And I do believe it took many more. So out of my top 10 kings, 1, 2, 3, 4, this took 4 of our top 10 kings. The Triple Threat Ghost, that's number 1 for 2023. That's all I have to present. I hope you got some value out of it. Again, this is just tackle from our box on our boat. It may be different to others in the area. If I would say anything, is one thing I would mention is if you're not doing it, keep a log, keep a captain's log of everything, even if you're having motor issues, boat issues. It's just good to go back and look, and so you can do a lot of data sorting in Microsoft Excel, and it all comes from what you put in the book. If you don't put it in, you're not going to get the data. I'd also say in 2023 was kind of a funny year. The water seemed to be colder in our area. There was a lot of southwest winds that blew the top off over to the US side, the southern side of the US, and we got the bottom water come up cold. So it seemed to be cold for a while, and but I can tell you our king count was up considerably. Our coho was really down, and I think it had to do with just warm water was missing, and so were the alewives. Rainbows were up, Atlantics were about the same compared to year, and Lakers were up compared to year, but the coho, which are such a great eating fish, for us it was probably 70% down compared to 2022. So that was our experience. We still had a great year. We caught lots of fish. 25 again was our biggest. You know, we're still seeking a 30, but we had a lot of fun. Yeah, just overall a great year. You can see I got my logo, my Harvest Time Sport Fishing logo. I got it on my hat, on my shirts. That was just another addition I wanted to do for me, was to be able to create custom apparel and hand them out to friends that come fishing with us in 2024. You might get a shirt. I think we're going to be in the water by mid-April for us, and we're going to get at it. So tight lines, stay safe, and if you haven't liked or subscribed, please do. It encourages me to put out more videos for you, and remember, these videos ultimately are for my grandsons or grandchildren. You know, this is Captain Crow leaving a legacy to my grandkids. Love the water, love the sound of it, soothes the soul. Water is where I'm meant to be. We'll see you next time. Thank you.